Now let's dive into the brain of the NHD system, the controller. Think back to the basic setup. So far, we covered the network switch, the piece that connects everything together. We also talked about encoders and decoders, which use different codecs to compress and decompress signals so they can travel across the network. Now we're focusing on this guy. There is just one controller model, the NHD CTL Pro. It's compatible across all NHD series. Learn it once and you'll be ready for any project. As we discussed, the controller is the brain of the system. It's where you design, manage, and control everything. It stores your entire project configuration, system settings, and endpoint information, and it also manages signal routing and API commands. Without it, there is no way to interact with the system. So how do you connect it to the switch? First, you'll notice it has two Ethernet ports, the AV port and the control port. Each one has its own IP address on a completely different range, and you can see both of them right on the controller's display. So why are there two ports instead of just one? The short answer is network isolation. As I mentioned earlier, the best practice is to keep your NHD traffic fully isolated from any other devices on the network. That's why we suggest having a dedicated switch just for your NHD system. For that same reason, the controller has two ports with completely different IP ranges. The AV port is for your NHD system, and it connects directly to the network switch where all your encoders and decoders are. The control port is for an external control system. If you have one, plug it in here. If not, just leave this port empty. The bottom line is that AV port is required, the control port is optional. Here is an example of how your IP ranges might look when integrating an external control system. The controller's AV port and all encoders and decoders live on the 10.10.20 range. That's your dedicated AV network. The external control system and the control port use the 192.168.1 range, which is a separate control network. If you're not sure what I'm talking about here, be sure to check out resources for this lesson or reach out to your IT team for help. Now that you know how everything works, let's access the controller. Connect your laptop to the network switch with an Ethernet cable. No special software is required. You'll access the controller through your browser, so it doesn't matter if you have a Mac, PC, or something else. If it has a browser, you're good to go. Let's hop over to the laptop screen. Open your browser and type in the controller's AV port IP address. Remember, you can see the IP addresses right on the controller's display. In my case, it's 10.10.20.11. If you end up seeing this page, it just means your laptop isn't on the same IP range as the controller. If this happens, open your network settings and change your laptop's IP address so it's in the same range as the controller. I'll set mine to 10.10.20.123. Again, if you're not sure what I'm doing here, check out resources for this lesson or reach out to your IT team for help. Now go back to your browser and refresh the page. If it's your first time connecting to that controller, your browser may warn you about privacy. Just click on Advanced and Proceed because you know this is a trusted device. You should now see the login screen for the NHD CTL Pro. And that's it. Now you know what the controller does, why it has two Ethernet ports, and how to open it in your browser. In the next video, we'll log into the dashboard and start exploring.